在希伯来语中，耶路撒冷是和平之城的意思。然而，这里却是历史上战事最频繁的地方。
All three religions have shared origins in the Old Testament, and all have laid claim to Jerusalem.
这里有1204座犹太会堂、158座教堂和73座清真寺。过去数百年，犹太人、基督徒与阿拉伯人一次又一次在这里掀起战争。然而，多数时候他们和平共处。
The early 1900s. Around then, the region along the eastern Mediterranean we now call Israel-Palestine, been under Ottoman rule for centuries, was religiously diverse, including mostly Muslims and Christians, also a small number of Jews who lived generally in peace.
真正导致耶路撒冷鲜血不断的祸根，是在100年前埋下的。1918年，第一次世界大战结束，同盟国战败，屹立600年的鄂图曼帝国瓦解，协约国忙着瓜分帝国在欧洲与中东的领土。
The British taking control of a region it called the British Mandate for Palestine. More Jews were joining a movement called Zionism, which said that Judaism was not just a religion, but a nationality, one that deserved a nation of its own.
因此，在19世纪末到20世纪初，上万名犹太人从欧洲移居回巴勒斯坦。不过，点下第一把火的是英国。
It's 1917. Britain declares its support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine.
当时的英国外交大臣贝尔福代表英国国王，在没有征求任何著名意见的情况下，擅自致函犹太复国主义者，表达支持犹太人在当地建立民族之家的想法。这是英国赞同犹太人在巴勒斯坦地区建国的第一份公开保证。短短67字的宣言，迫害一世纪。
Then came the Holocaust, leading many more Jews to flee Europe for British Palestine and galvanizing much of the world in support of a Jewish state. In 1947, as sectarian violence between Jews and Arabs there grew, the United Nations approved a plan to divide British Palestine into two separate states. One for Jews, Israel, and one for Arabs, Palestine. The city of Jerusalem, where Jews, Muslims, and Christians all have holy sites, was to become a special international zone.
可惜，联合国提出的分治方案未获阿拉伯国家接受。1948年5月15日，英国结束对巴勒斯坦25年的托管统治。等不及的以色列在前一天宣布独立建国。以色列建国不到24小时，便迫不及待地在15日英国撤走当天展开清场。
حيفا مثلا كان في احد الشعراء اللي بعت بنته تدرس بالاي بي، وهذا الحكي قبل ال 48 اللي درست بالاي بي وبال 48 منعت انها ترجع لحيفا، فبعتت له رساله بتقول له ما تنساش تسالي ياسميني، فكتب لها ابوك يروي ثراها دمعا دما لا مياها。
以色列的举动令阿拉伯国家为之震怒，组成联军向以色列宣战。
This marks the beginning of the first Arab-Israeli war. Israel is victorious and makes a grab for the land intended for the Palestinian state under the UN. The land gets divided into three parts. Jordan occupies the West Bank and East Jerusalem, Egypt occupies Gaza, and the state of Israel takes 78% of historic Palestine, including West Jerusalem.
自以色列建国以来，便一分为二的耶路撒冷，在20年后，以巴勒斯坦人最不愿见到的形式重新统一。
The 1967 Six-Day War is referred to by Arabs as the Naksa, the setback. It marked the beginning of 50 years of occupation of Jerusalem, the West Bank, Gaza, and the Golan Heights in Syria.
1967年5月16日。埃及总统要求在西奈半岛的联合国维和部队撤离，接着在5月22日关闭了地朗海峡，禁止船只进入以色列港口，以声援军机遭以色列击落的叙利亚。
Egyptian and Arabs celebrated Abdel Nasser's actions. What they didn't know was that Israel's army was better equipped and ready for war.
一场先发制人的攻击就此打响。
To their surprise, on June 5th at 7:45 a.m., the well-rehearsed Israeli aerial assault Operation Focus kicked off. 200 Israeli jets had struck 18 Egyptian airfields, destroying more than 80% of the country's air force, before they even managed to get off the ground. However, Cairo made fake announcements claiming an Egyptian victory to rally its Arab neighbors to join the war effort. Syria, Jordan, and Iraq followed suit and started deploying their air forces to strike Israeli targets. But on the same day, Israel quickly destroyed all of their airfields as well, achieving complete air superiority.
仅仅6天的战争，留下了极其屈辱的伤亡数字。以色列折损不到1000名士兵，阿拉伯联军却有逾2万人死亡或失踪。这一战 ，Nasser 丢掉了总统大卫，但是巴勒斯坦人丢掉了更宝贵的东西，他们永远的首都。
Palestine is now fully occupied by Israel.
以色列以武力拿下了原本由约旦所控制的东耶路撒冷，夺回了哭墙。即使不为国际社会所承认，但是仍在1980年立法认定耶路撒冷为以色列永远和不可分割的首都。
Today, it's one of the core issues in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Israel says Jerusalem is its capital, including East Jerusalem, which it's occupied since 1967. The Palestinians say East Jerusalem is their capital.
No, when it comes to Jerusalem, I think that the Jews and the Palestinians are living in two completely different movies, and we don't even understand the movie of the other.
It's axis mundi. All of the components of a very bitter struggle are condensed within Silwan. It's literally the core of the volcano.
I have the right to start clashes. I have the right to start fighting because I am under occupation.
中东从此再无宁日。
That gives rise to the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Their main goal, to liberate Palestine from Israel by any means necessary.
以巴之间的冲突在1993年出现转机。1993年9月13日，在美国白宫南草坪，时任以色列总理拉宾和当时巴勒斯坦解放组织主席阿拉法特正式签署了奥斯陆协议。
What we are doing today is more than signing an agreement. It is a revolution.
根据协议，以色列政府首次正式承认巴勒斯坦解放组织为巴勒斯坦人民的合法代表，巴解组织也承认了以色列。隔年，身为外长的裴瑞兹和以色列总理拉宾以及当时的巴勒斯坦自治政府主席阿拉法特共同得到了诺贝尔和平奖。但是和平并没有因此到来，因为以色列是以武力强取圣城，国际社会大多不予承认，纷纷将使馆设于泰拉维夫。但是美国算是例外，美国向来支持犹太人。1995年，共和党参议员凯尔草拟《耶路撒冷大使馆法》，明定美国政府承认耶路撒冷为以色列首都，并且要在耶路撒冷新建大使馆，否则美国国会将削减国务院的海外经费。耶路撒冷大使馆法最终在参众两院通过，但是通过的版本加入了总统豁免权，允许总统可以因国家利益向国会通知要延迟执行半年。时任总统的克林顿为了避免与国会关系闹僵，所以没有否决。但是自克林顿以降，包括了小布希与奥巴马，都以每半年暂缓执行法案的方式拖延此事。怎知川普并不讲交规曹随这一套。
The Palestinians have made it very clear that moving the US embassy or even just recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital would be unacceptable to them. Other world and regional leaders have also strongly warned against it. One argument is that a city that has already been fought over for centuries would better serve now as a place of peace.
Both Palestinians and Israelis say they want peace, but Jerusalem is more divided today than it has ever been in the past.
You know, I know it's very complicated, but at the same time, it's very easy in the occupation and they will not see stones. I promise that we Palestinians will not disappear from here.
You can basically kiss the two-state solution goodbye. It's not going to happen. We're going to continue to move in there, and eventually we are going to have more Jewish communities there, more Israeli electricity, more Israeli roads, more Israeli taxes, and then in the end it's just going to be Israel.
Quoting the words of a Greek philosopher, in war, the old bury the young. In peace, the young bury the old. Peace has not yet come to the Middle East. The old are still burying their young.